Hello, little ones. Would you like to hear a story? I've got one for you. From Rolling with Remix. Long ago, the land of Irion was a land of plenty, and many wanted to lay claim to its riches. When those who lived in Irion could no longer agree on who held what, civil war broke out across the entire realm, until the kobolds, in desperation to keep their kingdom afloat, summoned the dark and terrible Dragotha. The great dragon cared not for the alliances constantly made and broken across Irion, and razed many of its great cities to the ground, until a last desperate alliance finally slew the titanic worm. With no one in any shape to continue the fight, an armistice was reached, and the Great War ended. But tensions were still on the rise. 30 years later, a ragtag group of adventurers, who met at a harvest festival and joined forces to look for the missing mentor of one of their band, were hired by a mysterious old man to travel to the great city-states of Irion and perform acts of heroism that those in power would not approve of. But those same acts served to heighten tensions across the land, and the old man, secretly a scheming mind flayer, revealed that once more Irion had fallen into a great civil war. Now, with militaries and dark powers on the rise, our heroes gather their forces in hopes of saving what they can before Irion once more falls into ruin. Momo, the Aarakocra cleric.
You're my friend. You're my family. And I'll protect you at all costs.
Corellia, the kobold paladin.
I will not make the same mistakes again.
Malifane, the half-elf rogue.
I won't stand idle. Not while people's lives are at stake.
Oh, this should be fun.
Quintessa, the human fighter.
You shouldn't be surprised. Everyone is out for themselves in the end.
And Scam Likely, the goblin artificer.
There are three constants: death, taxes, and my ability to dodge both.
Unprepared though they might be, our heroes find themselves at the front lines of a great battle to save the fallen empires. What happened? The Misfits engaged in combat with Santiago's hunting hounds and some strange creature made of multiple skeletons. But when Santiago himself came to ambush them, they seemed willing to chat and lay down their arms. He explained that he had a plan to spread the red rot plague throughout Whitevane, in the hopes that, upon your arrival, you would be poisoned by the victims of it, and thus retreat, leaving Santiago alive to rule over whatever mess was left. Naturally, the Misfits and their sense of righteousness thought this was a terrible plan, and after some negotiation, managed to convince him to limit his poisoning to only the members of the cult. Santiago drained the traces of the plague from our heroes, revealing a side effect of his particular blood magic. He could see the memories of those he drained blood from. When he got to Minerva, he seemed very disquieted. But with a deal made and our heroes cured, they left Daunton Keep, with Lean Marcarin being very disappointed that Santiago's affections seemed to lean towards Valthiv rather than herself. The next day, their innkeeper, Joanna, was out, busy running errands rather than tending to their every whim. So they spent the day gathering supplies and encountering and once more evading Smiley Bob. They also ran into Kristoff, the mayor of Whitevane, who asked them how the encounter with Santiago went, and seemed very disappointed that our heroes neither got rid of Santiago nor the plague. But he accepted the gift of a stolen book of alchemical recipes that Minerva had managed to pocket from Santiago, and the vampire seemed not to notice. That night they went to a performance at the local theater, headed by the flamboyant actress Luna Rosenheim, and noted that this appeared to be a VIP gathering with inflated ticket prices for charity. And some of the VIPs there included not only Kristoff, but the Harvester Mage. Midway through the performance, one of the patrons started coughing up blood, a victim of the red rot. Enough of a distraction for few to notice the thief who snuck up behind Kristoff and shot a crossbow bolt through his heart, sending him sailing downward to the floor of the orchestra pit. And where are they now? We shall have to find out, my lady, on tonight's episode of Rolling with Remix. The Cannibal Conspiracy returns.
Hello and welcome to The Cannibal Conspiracy Returns 2. The Cannibal Conspiracy Returns Harder. I am your Dungeon Master, Alex, and I'm having a great time here at the theater, here with my lovely players. We've got Scott.
Sure is a nice night. April 14th, 1865. Are you enjoying the theater tonight, Abraham Lincoln?
Yes. We've got Queen.
Nice.
And we've got Dawn.
Oh boy, howdy do I love the theater!
It's such a great time! So, when last we left off, everyone went to the theater to see a play, and it was going pretty well. Right up until someone started coughing up blood in the audience. People on the balconies and in the boxes looked down to see who it was, and during that time, someone went up behind Kristoff the mayor, shot him through the chest, and sent him falling 40 feet down from the box seat to the orchestra pit below. So that was fun. Now, I'm assuming you guys want to do something about this, which is why I'm starting up the encounter music.
Well, I guess we're first gonna roll initiative.
You are indeed.
Oh, for fuck's sake. It begins.
It begins.
Dots.
We're doing it, lads. We're doing it.
Alright. And then... there's that, and then Maxwell is also there, shunting Minerva off of that particular space, I guess. Thanks, Maxwell, you're a real pal.
Oh my god.
Alright. So it's actually close, because the both of them are these... No, it's not. The Harvester Mage goes first. Oh, shit.
Oh.
Wow. I was seriously expecting it to be Kalale going first.
Oof.
Welp.
Yeah.
Alright. Yes, you can in fact see backstage, because this is a multi-floor map, and putting up dynamic lighting for all the floors while shuffling between the maps was a huge pain in the ass, so I turned dynamic lighting off.
You know what? That's fair.
That's fine.
Alright. I don't know why there's a black void off to the side. We're gonna pretend it's not there. Anyway! The Harvester Mage is going to look at this, curse under her breath, walk back a little bit, and then dash forward, take a flying leap off of her box seat. I think her strength is not that great, so she can't jump particularly far. Yeah, she can get to about there, and she is going to take some falling damage from it.
Oh.
Bam! She lands on top of the poor people who are sitting on the orchestra seats, gets up, pushes them off the side, and keeps going. And she is going to look how far it is up there. She can't quite... Oh wait, yes she can. Yeah, she's going to cast Misty Step and teleport up there.
Nice.
Ow.
Yeah. I have no idea why everyone's off-grid, it just kind of happened that way, but we're not going to worry about that.
Wasn't I in the seats with everyone else?
You were in the seats. I think you got dragged up there for whatever reason, like at the very end when we were... It was the cliffhanger ending. Kalale, you are up, though.
Okay. So, let's see, I'm trying... Right, okay. So, did Kalale see where the... Oh, wait, no, never mind. He didn't see shit. It was just red rot. There was no assess.
Yeah, there was Red Rot coughing from somewhere down in the orchestra pit in the lowest level. Then there was a chunk sound of a crossbow bolt, and obviously the falling body of Kristoff as it whumped against the floor.
And that missed his passive perception.
It's kind of hard for a falling body to miss anyone's passive perception.
No, I mean the shot.
It was only Minerva who saw it.
It was only Minerva who saw it, but it's relatively obvious where a shot could have come from.
I have a feeling... Okay.
Yeah, it was to see it before it happened that the last perception check was for, and that was only Minerva.
Yeah, but she screamed to, like, alert everyone.
Alright, so this is the top floor. I assume that I get there by moving... Oh, that's not the right cursor. I assume I get there by climbing up here.
You could also try climbing directly up the wall.
That's right, I have a feature for that, actually. Which I'm gonna actually first show that here. So, yay. So... I think Kaleil's gonna be alerted to what the fuck is going on over there. And... how do I want to approach this? It was this guy, right?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So he is going to... He's going to climb up the top bit.
Okay.
And he is going to engage hand-to-hand combat.
Technically, that's through a wall.
Yeah, you need to climb around.
Through a wall?
Okay, so let me put it this way. You can clamber up the sides of the walls easily, like grabbing onto impromptu footholds and curtains and what have you, but there are multiple box seats. You've climbed into the second from the right, they're in the first from the right. They're separated by walls.
Yeah, the door's there.
I see. Okay.
You can still move, I think.
You can absolutely still move, you can still get there.
I'm trying... Oh, I see. Okay. Actually, I'm gonna move back and just... What?
No, nothing.
Longbow. Just gonna take longbow.
Okay. You try to fire off a longbow shot at the assassin, but he ducks behind some of the cover provided by the walls, and the shot misses.
Shit. Okay. I don't know what he's trying to do necessarily, so I'm not gonna try and hide just yet. I'm just gonna stay where I am and stay on guard.
Okay. On count 20 losing ties, any non-combatants go. Technically, that would be Kristoff. Kristoff's action is to start losing blood. And right now, that is it for non-combatants. Which means it is the assassin's turn. He's going to disengage to get away from the Harvester Mage. Look and see that Kaleil is blocking the way through the corridor. Is going to try an athletics to shove past Kaleil. So that's going to be a competing athletics roll.
Oh, lovely. Okay. Oh, wait. Okay. Versus athletics. Oh.
Alright, you managed to hold your ground, so that was his action. He's going to back off. And that was 3. His speed is, I believe, 6 token. Yeah, it's 6 tiles, so he's gonna go around a corner.
Oh, no.
Technically, you can't see him, but dynamic lighting! I'm just gonna assume Lean's gonna jump down, take the falling damage, and work on healing Kristoff. So.
Why not?
Because I think that is what Lean would do. Probably.
But he's okay now.
Alright. Valthiv!
Yes. So Is Kristoff, like, okay now, or does he need, like, further medical assistance?
Lean is... You know what? I'm gonna roll medicine for Lean as she casts Cure Wounds, because that would be thing number 1 she'd do. Oh, damn, that's pretty nice, actually.
Oh, snap.
So she is working on healing him and seeing if that's all he needs. She has no fucking clue if that's gonna be enough.
Oh no!
Oh, no. I'm gonna help with that.
Okay.
Because unfortunately, I have no real good way to get up and confront directly on my own.
An athletics check that's good enough can climb up there without a natural climbing speed.
Wait. Oh, damn. Now I'm fucking torn, damn it. Because my athletics actually pretty good. From where I am, would I be able to make a medicine check to see if that's it, or would I...
Medicine with disadvantage,
because
because you're looking at him from a distance in a hurry.
Got it.
Kinda hard to say. Cure Wounds is looking like it's helping, but he is still losing a lot of blood.
Neato. So with that, I think I'm gonna try... Because with that initial healing, he's probably not at... Oh, I would assume?
He is not at full health.
Okay, but he's not at 0.
He's not at 0. That is correct.
Okay. Alright. Then... I... am going to... do... a healing word to help out a little bit more.
Okay.
And then I'm going to move, or try and climb to confront the assassin.
Cool. Athletics check, please.
And that's at normal? Not
That's normal.
disadvantage? Oh.
Digging your claws into the wall, you immediately scamper up the side and pull yourself up onto the higher level. And I believe you can get up to here with your speed.
Alright, then there I shall go.
Awesome. Minerva!
Right. I will look over the balcony, and then kind of seeing that Lee's got that situation under control, I'll cast Misty Step to get up there.
Awesome.
That.
We need 3 people to take down a single assassin, apparently.
Dude!
Yes.
I can't do anything for him! So that's...
Quick, send the warlock to heal!
Yes!
She'll
You're a
look
celestial, right?
She'll look at Kalale and just go,
Where did he go?
He went that way. Points at the direction of the... Yeah.
cool. Can I get past Valthiv?
If Valthiv wants you to, then yes!
Yeah, sure, go for it.
Zip!
Oh, hi.
I don't know, I'll zip here just so people can get in.
Alright.
And I believe... Oh, it's a bonus action, I can attack.
Yeah, Misty Step's a bonus action.
Ooh!
Now, am I allowed to attack with a cantrip, or does it just have to be a normal weapon?
You are allowed to cast cantrips on the same turn that you cast a numbered level spell.
Oh. Oh, I think it's time then. Alright.
Is it time?
I think, only Valthiv will be able to see this as well as the guy. You just see this kind of dark and green energy come around her mouth as she, like, sort of summons it. and she opens her mouth and her teeth just extend as she casts Primal Savagery.
Oh!
That's going to be a hit.
You can see it?
Nah.
Well, it's kind of hard to see in the cramped corridors with a big old lizard folk standing in front of you.
That's fair.
All right. You sink your teeth into the assassin's flesh as, with hissing and burning noises, the teeth dissolve into energy. You don't hear a reaction of any kind, but it looks like you did in fact do damage to him.
Mm-hmm. And that's it.
Cool. Maxwell is going to look at all that, realize he has no way of getting up there that fast, and go, "Excuse me, coming through," and run off the other direction. Yeah, why not? I think he'll dash to try and get to you, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm coming! Climbing's really hard! Alright. Harvester Mage is going to try and shove past Valthiv. If you want her to pass by, then she can do it no problem, but otherwise she's going to try and shove you.
Yeah, I guess she can.
Alright, you get a brief shoulder check, but no real hard shoving as she runs after the thief. And let's see here. She extends a hand, and with a hiss, this burst of poison shoots from it. And he's going to make a Constitution save.
Jesus.
Yeah, the Harvester Mage hits very, very hard.
Yeah, I've learned.
A burst of poison fills the air, shooting from the Harvester Mage's palm directly into the face of the assassin, who just kind of looks over, looking a little bit confused. Seems as if the poison spray did not have the effect that she thought it would. So she just stares, looks at her hand, looks over at the assassin, and it is your turn, Khalil.
So you said the corridor, but how tall is it?
How tall is the corridor? It's around 10 feet or so once you get into this part of the hall.
Alright, so Khalil realizes that he probably isn't going to get through, and he doesn't want... Actually, no, what am I saying? I don't want to waste that. He's gonna try and push through as well. Sorry, Valthiv.
Hey, just go get him.
Yeah.
Will she let me through?
She will not!
In that case, Khalil, you know what?
Move, bitch! Get out the way!
You know what? No. Khalil is too polite for that, so he remembers a time from a little while ago and works up his strength and just tries his best to jump over her.
Oh my god.
Alright. Khalil, you tap into your physics-breaking wood elf abilities. Yeah. And hunker down, ready for an incredible leap.
Yeet!
Alright. You jump over, adjusting your position so that you land over Minerva and the Harvester Mage and land on the other side of them.
Cool. Where is my token now?
Yo.
Oh, okay.
It's under Minerva.
I'm inside of Minerva. Cool. It's surprisingly boring in here.
I thought you were using Primal Savagery on the assassin.
Alright, so gonna make... Actually, no, because that might provoke attack opportunity. Fuck it. Pardon me. Fuck it. Let's try a short sword. He's gonna try and strike him down.
That is just enough to slip past his defenses and hit.
Nice. And that'll provoke sneak attack because Minerva's there.
Alright. You thrust your sword past the tables and boxes full of props and the like, managing to knock a couple of them over, distracting the assassin long enough to get hit directly by the short sword. A blow he did not, in fact, see coming. Nice!
Yeah, I can't use a bonus action since I used a spell, so I'm good.
Okay. In that case, Kristoff's gonna lose a little bit more blood. And let's see if this is going to happen. I typed in the wrong command.
Oh.
No, I don't want 11 dice, I want the one!
Oh no! Kristoff, why?
Okay, well, that was incredibly lucky. As the patrons start screaming and scattering, one portly woman in thick spectacled glasses and kind of ratty, matted brown hair runs over to leans over by Kristoff. I'm the apothecary, I can help. Move! And the two start working together to heal up Kristoff. It is now the assassin's turn. He's going to disengage, dash away.
Who would have thought?
Turn the corner, and start bolting down the stairs.
Fuck!
Lean is busy kind of yelling at the apothecary that she knows what she's doing. They're pushing and shoving each other away, trying to cast Cure Wounds. That was a terrible cast of Cure Wounds, Lean.
Damn.
Thanks, Dice
It's
Gods!
still something, though.
Let me put a token to indicate that he is going downstairs and not exactly at that position, but you can look down and see him. That's exactly what that flag means. Valthiv, you're up.
Okay. Is dashing an action or a bonus action?
Dash.
For rogues, for non-rogues, it's an action.
It is an action, yes.
Well, this is gonna be fun. So is the assassin already down the stairs?
He is down the stairs, but they're fairly open, and if you looked down, you could still see him and do ranged attacks.
All right.
Also, for what it's worth, just so you don't have to keep asking, if any player characters try to get past Kalale in this encounter, the answer is yes.
All right.
So it's basically just the Harvester Mage who is unwilling to let you pass.
Yep. So, what do I have to do for that?
Either take a 5-foot movement penalty to scooch by her, or use athletics to shove her aside.
Hell no. I can't afford 5 feet.
Alright.
Damn it. That's not as good as last time.
It's enough!
Hey!
You shoulder check the Harvester Mage.
Would I be able to see the assassin from here?
You would in fact be able to see the assassin.
Cool. I'm gonna do this then, and hopefully it works.
Alright. Oh, that's a very good move. You, let's see, that is Wisdom saving throw, which he's not good at. You chant out some magical words, hold out your hand, and, clench it into a fist, and the running assassin is suddenly, held fast in his tracks.
Stop moving.
Yeah. Meanwhile...
Damn, that's a good verbal component.
That's a really good verbal component, yes. Need to double check something. I should be fine. Meanwhile, the Harvester Mage recovers from getting shoulder checked into the wall, dusts herself off, and you can kind of hear her mutter, "God damn it, Valthiv."
It was important.
Minerva!
Alright. So I see him from here? Right, maybe?
You can see him from here.
Okay, well... fuck it. Yeah.
What does paralysis do again?
He cannot move.
So, con save.
I'll double check if it does anything else, because I think it has some secondary effects.
Okay.
Alright. Paralyzed, can't move or speak, automatically fails strength and dex, and attack rolls have advantage. This is not an attack roll, it's a saving throw, so he can technically still try and make this.
Damn it! That's 12 damage then.
No, it's not. That's 16.
What? Okay, shush, I can't math.
I, on the other hand,
I rounded it down to 22 instead of fucking 32. What is wrong with me?
That's incredible. Wow. Alright. You hold out your hands and, like, necrotic energy swirls around the assassin, kind of crunching at him and starting to rot away his very muscles. But he seems to shake off most of the bad effects of it.
Alright, well, I will... That was 5 feet of movement. I'll just move so I'm close just in case he starts to move again.
Okay.
Nice.
Man, who the hell is this guy?
You guys need any help?
He's trying his best.
He's gonna dash over to see if he can help. Oh boy, both of the squishy mages are gonna try athletics checks.
Oh.
Maxwell runs over, but the Harvester Mage just turns, looks at him, and is like, "Sit the fuck down."
Aw, Maxwell.
Yes, ma'am.
Poor guy. You know, I felt that.
Big ow.
I really felt that.
Alright. Harvester Mage is going to dash over here to get wherever he is downstairs and grab him and haul his ass back upstairs.
Yeah.
Bam.
So... No, keep going.
At which point, she turns, points a hand at his face, and it starts glowing with fire. She cannot actually make an attack because the dash was her action, but she looks ready to fire.
Nice.
Kaleo!
Oh. I see.
Shoot that bitch.
Is this a good thing? Is this a bad thing? Guys, what do you think?
He just tried to kill the man!
Yeah, I suppose so. I guess she's on our side. Okay. Kaleo's gonna...
It's fine for now, don't worry about it.
Kaleo's gonna dash over here, arm his bow, and then take a shot at him. Let's do this. Please work.
Nice.
That worked.
That is a hit!
I hope so.
I'm feeling the kneecaps. Let's go for the kneecaps.
Yeah.
Alright. You,
Good call.
fire an arrow into the back of his kneecap, sending him, still paralyzed, sprawling down to the ground. The impact is, let's see, that's 23 total, so... Ooh, yeah, that's enough. The force of the blow is enough to, knock the hood off of the assassin.
Ooh.
And you recognize his face.
Oh.
This was the same thief who you caught scampering on the rooftops a couple of days ago and interrogated about the location of the Thieves Guild. Only now, the left side of his face, the left side of his skull, rather, looks completely caved in.
Oh.
I see.
Well,
Alright. I'm going to have the apothecary move to assist Lean on Lean's turn, because she's not going to be able to stop the bleeding, like, immediately. We'll see how well Lean's healing does. All that the thief can do is try to old person. No, he's stuck. He's 100% stuck.
Ha!
Alright. And Lean is going to go for one more healing. She's going to go for something big this time around with Aura of Vitality. So there's constant healing to Kristoff.
Hooray!
Somehow, despite being an assassination attempt, he's not making any death saving throws. Thank God for healing.
Mm-hmm. Alright. Valthiv, as you continue the spell, the Harvester Mage turns towards you.
He can't speak while you hold that thing up.
Yeah, you're right. Well, since Kaleo has,
Pretty much
hopefully
immobilized him.
I think he wouldn't be able to just run off after that. You would think.
You would think.
But then you remember that Alex is our DM.
Yeah.
well, the Harvester Mage just, got a hold of him, so...
She is currently grappling him, yes.
That is also true.
Got it. Then I shall let him go.
Alright. You drop the hold person spell, and the body of the thief sort of goes a lot limper now that it's not being paralyzed in place, as he just tilts his head very, very far backward, to the point where you can hear bones cracking, to look at Kaleo and Valthiv.
Sir, what the fuck?
Alright,
Kaleo kind of leaves that lets a tiny wave. Like one of those, oh, hi.
Minerva, do you want to do anything?
She looks at the Harvester Mage and she's like,
Can he even speak like this?
I will make him.
then she doesn't do anything.
You guys got this covered! Nice job, says Maxwell, leaning against a wall for some breath.
Oh, poor guy.
Alright. So, all that said, the dude is in sufficient pain that escape is very, very unlikely, so he stays where he is as the Harvester Mage puts her hand of fire right up next to his face. I didn't turn on the Harvester Mage voice effect. Silly me.
Sorry, she took off her mask for a brief moment.
It's hard to breathe in this thing. You work for the Thieves Guild. You're going to tell me where the headquarters is, or you're going to lose your face.
He is silent.
Well, I tried.
And she starts intensifying the fire. Do any of you want to do anything about this?
I was like, dude, you better answer, otherwise you're gonna get fucked up.
I don't
Will's just looking in horror.
I don't think he can speak.
The Harvester Mage slowly turns her head towards you, Minerva. And she starts de-intensifying the fire, grabs the back of his head with her other hand, snaps it back into place, has it turned to look at Minerva.
Well, the child is convinced you can't talk. Care to prove her right? Because if you do, it's going to be unfortunate.
The thief tilts its head, and without moving his mouth, you hear, "This is a message from the Thieves Guild. We tolerate your tyrannical rule no longer." That's it.
Tyrannical?
Is that's it?
That's it?
That's
This
not a good
feels-
location answer.
So, okay, apparently he's a voicemail. Cool.
Maxwell raises a hand. What's a voicemail?
Out of character, damn it!
I think that's it.
Is this a construct, or what's going on?
If he's part of the Thieves Guild, it might be what happened to Smiley Bob. He might be undead.
Kaleo goes up to poke at the thief. Just
Jumps on down the stairs.
You,
oh god!
Are you actually jumping down the stairs to do that?
You know what? Jump.
Oh.
You take a whole 1 non-lethal bludgeoning damage. Wow.
Yay!
Hey.
Yeah, Kaleo goes over and pokes at the thief just to see if it'll emit a response.
You poke at the thief, and you hear, "Your seat is right this way."
Visible confusion.
He would have been like one of the ushers.
The
Would have been in
Harvester
sky.
Mage tilts her head, also pokes. "Your seat is right this way." God damn it. She takes off her mask to say that too, I guess.
Maybe we should just put him out of his misery.
Kaleo looks to the Harvester Mage currently holding him up by his face.
She lets go and lets him tumble down the stairs. Bonk, 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 bonk. It's at least 40 feet down, and he's hitting almost every step on the way.
I was gonna say, you know those cartoons where it's like you can't see them going down the steps, but you see the characters up top just sort of like going, their head motioning. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I know.
That's
what you mean.
Kaleo. It just look.
Yeah, basically by the time he falls to the bottom of the stairs, the twitching is stopped.
Well, that's one way of doing it.
That's a lot of stairs.
So the Thieves Guild are in rebellion against the mayor, it seems.
I guess, says Maxwell. Sucks that we found out like this.
Well, it was a nice show regardless.
I don't understand, though. What do they have against him?
Well, they're criminals. They don't like the law.
Maxwell snaps his fingers. Didn't Kristoff say, like, when we first met him, that thievery was punishable by death here in Whitevane?
That too.
I mean, I get where they're coming from.
The Harvester
But
Mage
also
turns and starts
different.
walking away.
Oh, bye!
But time to go see how Kristoff is doing.
Oh, yeah, that's an idea.
Alright. Now, everyone but the Harvester Mage heads back downstairs to go meet up with Lane. Alright, so, good news. Somehow being shot in the heart did not, in fact, kill Kristoff. This is the apothecary. Her name is... You know what? I don't remember hearing it, and I don't really care. The apothecary flips off Lane. Bianca.
Bianca.
Right, I'm not going to remember that. Anyway, the apothecary helped me stabilize him, so I don't know when he's going to wake up, but he is at some point, probably.
Well, that's good.
Yay.
Somewhere, or
She said she was gonna take him back to his place for some more medical care.
Yes, that would
good.
work.
This is a shame. I was really looking forward to it, but gosh, this wasn't quite the outcome I was expecting.
Is the theater always like this?
Yeah, I was going to ask.
Generally only on good nights, says Lean.
Well, I'd say it was an immersive experience.
Well, now what are we going to do?
Well, we should let Kristoff rest, but at the same time, if
We should help make sure he gets home safely.
Yeah, we should make sure that, he's actually safe. They could send more people after him.
Should we walk with Bianca then?
I think that would be wise for now.
Yes.
Would it be okay if we accompanied you, miss?
Bianca looks over at all of you, sighs dramatically. I get the feeling saying no isn't going to do anything, so why the hell not, says Bianca.
Okay.
Good choice.
Alright. And so, you head out of the theater and over towards the guild quarters to Kristoff's house. The trip is relatively quiet, though that could be because you are a bunch of very heavily armed people escorting someone through the streets.
What? No.
What? No.
Perish the thought.
And eventually, you get to Kristoff's house. Bianca rummages through his pockets, gets the key, opens the door, drags him inside, over towards the bedroom.
Pockets for loose change, what?
You notice that Kristoff's pockets look a lot lighter now. And she puts Kristoff in bed, turns to you. His vitals should be stable, he just needs to recover and not do any more activity, and just in case he opens up the wound again. 'Cause next time I might not be around to help. Lean says, actually I did most of the work, so yeah, that's nice, honey.
Well, thank you very much for your assistance.
Yeah, she says, pulling out a flask and taking a drink from it.
Is anyone gonna address that?
Nah. That seems legit.
Okay.
Alright.
We should be going then.
Yeah, it's getting pretty late, says Maxwell. Bianca does not say goodbye as she heads out, leaving you all to head back to the inn.
Back to the inn. Hey, time to get smashed.
I'm sorry, how old are you again?
I am 10.
That's what I was afraid of.
That ain't gonna stop me. No, I'm joking.
Yep.
Let the child have a celebratory drink.
Joanna is back working tonight. She looks over at all of you. You know, this is the first time in a while I can remember where you didn't look like you've been beaten to the hells and back. So, congratulations, I guess?
Thank you.
Good to see you too, Joanna.
Yeah. Need anything to eat, or are you just gonna, head straight to bed tonight?
Well, we had dinner before the show, so I think I'll be fine at least.
Ah, okay. That makes sense. Hope you all have a good night then.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Joanna.
Alright. You head to bed, and, I'm going to roll to see what happens, if anything happens tonight.
Oh.
The place burns down the end.
The whole city collapses.
Everything is dead. Zafira has awoken. The night passes without incident, actually.
Oh, cool.
Woo!
And you wake up, and eventually, after getting all your preparations done, head downstairs to meet back up.
So what now?
Well, we wake up, for starters.
Yeah. Wake up, have breakfast, question a total lack of leads we have so far.
Yeah, we need to find A, this Thieves Guild, B, some other goddamn, just kind of like whispers this, so I'm not like yelling at everyone, it's like fucking like cold, and we need to find goddamn everything, we gotta make sure fucking Kristoff is alright, Jesus Christ.
I mean, I understand helping Kristoff, but I don't really see how the Thieves Guild is relevant, to what we're doing per se.
If they attacked him, though, who knows if they'll do it again.
No, I know that's what it means, but in regards to his finding the, cult, I don't see how the Thieves Guild relates.
Well, I mean, I don't think it does. Like, I can't say that for sure, but I think it might be kind of like the situation with Santiago. Like, even if he's not working with he leans in to whisper, cult, leans back, then that's still something that's destabilizing this town.
And
Maxwell raises a hand, opens his mouth, closes it, slowly lowers his hand.
Well, what better way to find information than from a group who is all sneaky and knows every inch of this city?
It's worth a shot.
I suppose, yeah, that makes sense.
Come on. Let's go grab something to eat quickly.
Okay.
As once more you look over the menus of food.
I'm actually going to be really depressed the day we see this for the last time, if we have to move or anything.
Oh.
I might have a fruit tart then. Let's liven Minerva's diet a bit.
Oh, before I pick what I want, I'm gonna quickly change out one of Khalil's abilities.
Mm-hmm. One of his supernatural abilities.
Yes. There's no other way to explain it.
Yep.
Absolutely
right, so...
no.
Jesus Christ.
No, that's not the explanation either.
He's not a cleric.
Yeah.
Alright, so fruit tart is 3 boxes. And then just water, because I can't be bothered to pay an extra one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maxwell's gonna get some clams and water.
Khalil, you know what? Khalil's gonna get the usual. He's gonna get the stuffed mushroom and some tea.
I want mushrooms now.
Sounds really good. I'll just go and get some breakfast
Tempura
meat.
mushrooms are really fucking good.
Mm-hmm. Breakfast meat. Breakfast meat. Lean's also gonna get some breakfast meat. All right.
Good choice. Good choice.
You try to flag down your order. Once again, it is not Joanna. This time, it is a even skinnier looking young girl with very long red hair who looks like she hasn't gotten enough sleep last night, and has to repeat the orders back at least 2 times before she gets them right.
Aww.
All right, coming right up then, she says, giving a quick kind of half wave and then dashing for the kitchen.
Huh.
She seems nice.
Yeah.
So, I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Who is this Kundra? As he looks at the menu again.
What?
The ale, Maxwell says.
Oh, Kundarak.
Yeah, that one.
Oh yeah, Kundarak, I think that has something to do with, like, the region. I know the mountains used to have, like, a lot of dwarves, and that sounds pretty dwarven to me.
Really? Huh. That's interesting, I suppose.
So yeah, that's probably just like dwarven ale.
I suppose that makes sense. I do like their ale. Nobody's gonna say.
Nobody's gonna say anything because it's true.
Well, I've never had alcohol before.
What are you saying? Do you want some breakfast ale? Is that what you're saying?
Not particularly.
You know, if this were any other character of mine, they'd probably address the elephant in the room that children shouldn't be drinking, but this is Kaleo who knows jack shit about that. So
Yeah.
He's gonna stay silent.
Maxwell just looks up and says, "It's not worth it."
What? Does it not taste good?
It really doesn't, like, I mean, maybe that's just me. I've had it a couple times and it sucked super hard.
There's better alcohols you can try.
What? See, that's what people always say when I say, I don't like the taste of alcohol. They're like, oh, you will. Let's get you some more alcohol. And I keep trying to say no, and then they talk over me, and it's not fun.
Wine is better. It has a nice fruity flavor to it anyways.
I thought wine was alcohol.
It's not necessarily pure alcohol, though.
Oh. I don't know. I didn't really know what alcohol was until a few months ago.
Honestly, I'm about the same.
She starts chewing her thumb a little bit.
Alright.
After a couple of minutes, the waitress comes out with everyone's orders and a whole lot of water.
No.
Food! Breakfast meat! Breakfast meat!
Breakfast meat! Breakfast meat!
Out of character, Kaleo just munching on his mushrooms. Have I ever told you the benefits of becoming a vegan?
What the fuck?
I don't know. It was something dumb that came to my mind.
Oh yeah,
Anyways.
I've heard of that. I think that's another cult. Their tenets are basically remind everyone at every opportunity that they belong to the cult of vegan.
Something like that, yeah.
I think that's just cults in general.
Well, I mean, obviously not this one. Otherwise, we'd have found a lot more of them by now.
Well, yeah, they kind of have a more subtle approach.
Yeah.
Regardless, this is quite nice. I'm not really... It's been a while since I've had fruit.
Pardon me.
Yeah, of course.
No.
No.
No, you're not excused! I'm sorry, that was a joke. It was really mean.
It's okay, I didn't...
Alright.
Okay.
So, breakfast is consumed.
Consumed.
Nom.
And you head out of the tavern into the slums of Whitevane. As you go, you notice two very young-looking little girls in what's basically sackcloth clothing, walking through the streets. The younger one of them, with really pale green eyes and short brown hair, turns, sees you, tugs on the larger girl's sleeve, whispers something in her ear. The larger girl turns, and the two of them just kind of stare at you.
I stare back.
What are you looking at, Minerva?
Those people who are blatantly staring at us.
Kaleo turns to... Oh. Hello there. Is there something we can help you with?
The younger girl whispers in the older one's ear. Are you the ones that caught our brother?
Yikes!
I wouldn't know.
They just continue staring.
I'm sorry, I was stunned for a moment. Out of character, I was stunned.
Your actions have consequences!
Oh my goodness! Oh no! Oh no!
He just looks at Khalil, just like, what's wrong?
I think I know who they're talking about. What does your brother look like by any chance?
The older girl starts describing her brother. Very skinny, very awkward, starts talking about his clothes. Yep, that was in fact the thief you caught, and subsequently the assassin you guys threw downstairs.
Yeah, I forgot he had siblings.
How do we want to handle this? Oh dear. How old do these girls look again?
Like 4 and 6, maybe?
Well,
This would... You know, now that I'm really thinking about this, I don't trust Lean to handle this. I really don't... Well, no, let me rephrase. I don't trust Valthiv. I really don't trust Lean. I don't know enough... considering how many days we've been together, I don't know about Minerva, but I, as the player, really don't trust Kaleo.
I would assume
We're screwed.
I would assume from the description you've given us that yes, we did.
The girls look at each other, nod, look back at you. They're silent for a few seconds.
There was probably a better way to go about that.
Our brother...
They asked.
Our brother was running with some bad people. Are you the bad people?
No, we want to stop the bad people.
no, we're trying to find the bad people ourselves.
The younger girl, whispers very intensely in her older sister's ear.
Okay, I'm curious now. I need to know. Oh, that's not gonna help.
What do you...
You try to eavesdrop,
hear.
but she is a very, very quiet little girl.
Oh.
Oh well.
Oh well. The older girl leans into the whisper, stares at you all for a couple of seconds, leans to whisper back. They whisper amongst each other for a little bit.
Khalil's eyes are just forth. It's just like, so this is happening now.
Okay, can I look around and just see, or like try to see if there's like anything out of the ordinary, or like if there's like any like
Absolutely.
shadow figures, like,
Yeah,
looking
make a perception
around?
check.
Getting a little suspicion right now.
Yeah.
Damn it!
You know what? If you start to look around, Kaleo will start to as well, and he'll look too.
Okay. Valthiv, it's very hard to see shadowy figures when you're wearing an eye patch. Kaleo, on the other hand, you take a look around. Mostly what's around you is just the general atmosphere of the slums. It's dark, it's dingy, there are a lot of sick-looking people walking around, coughing and the like. But there do not appear to be any hidden figures, like, watching you or waiting in ambush or anything.
What are you looking at?
Me?
Yeah. Yes.
No, I'm just keeping an eye out.
I see.
The girls finally turn back to you. You say you're looking for the bad people?
Mm-hmm.
We don't want them to hurt our brother anymore. Maybe you can help?
Of course. What is it that you need?
The bad people, they found some way to bring people back from the dead, use them to take things. They did that with our big brother.
That's terrible.
The older girl nods.
Well, from what Big Brother shared, what we overheard with a couple of his conversations, they figured that they could get more use out of people that way. Not a lot would join up with the Thieves Guild to help people if they knew they'd stay dead. I guess Big Brother thought it wouldn't be like that.
So...
We weren't around for a lot of conversations he had with the bad people. We heard bits and pieces. People he knew who might know people who might know where to find the younger girl interrupts her older sister, starts whispering. The older sister whispers back, the younger sister whispers back. Might be able to find both the thieves and the other grave robbers.
The other?
The older sister nods. The people brother worked for, they'd take the body and reanimate it. The other grave robbers, they'd only take pieces.
Oh, shit. Why would they do that? That makes their skin rot. It's disgusting.
I don't know,
says the older sister, looking down and shuffling her feet.
Well...
Sorry, go ahead.
No, it's okay. I assume if they're that much of a threat to everybody, then... If we're gonna find what we're looking for, yeah, it's probably best that we stop them.
She says, kind of like looking to everyone else.
Maxwell slowly nods.
It would definitely help. Do you know their names? The names of these people that your brother met up with?
The older sister nods.
There are a couple. Maybe one of them is probably going to know something. There's...
The younger sister whispers. The older sister nods, gestures at generally the party to lean in close so that she can whisper too. Alright.
There's the butcher here in the slums. Her name's Julia. We think she might have something to do with the grave robbers. She's out there a lot looking for wolves, she says, but she always yells at us when we see her.
And then she starts snapping her fingers, trying to remember other names.
There's the Weaver in the Arcane District. His name's Wolf. Speaking of wolves, that's why the name came to mind, I guess. He keeps saying that, he keeps claiming that the reason bodies go missing is because his dogs got loose and got really hungry in the food shortage. I don't know if that's true. Then there's also the younger sister whispers. The furniture guys,
Anton and Alphonse. They keep telling stories about hidden cables, I think the name was of the word. I don't know. Around town. Maybe they know something. And the younger sister whispers very fervently. Oh, but if anyone would know something about thief activity, it would probably be the guard at the guild quarters forum. His name's Voldemar. Those are all the names we know. Those are all the names we know that might be of help.
I see. Well, we'll make sure to check in on them then.
The little girls nod, and you hear a muttered "Thank you" as the older sister starts putting her finger in her mouth and looking away sheepishly.
Babies.
Well, we'll do our best.
Thank you, they sheepishly say, and scoot away.
Bless them. You're back.
Welcome back. Sorry your internet died.
Thank you.
Well, since we're already here, then we could go to the butcher first, perhaps.
Sounds a sensible place to start as any, says Maxwell with a shrug. Unless we'd rather save that?
Well, do you want to do a back and forth?
No, says Maxwell, still a little bit out of breath from running in the theater last night.
Precisely. You really need to exercise.
Yeah, says Maxwell, sheepishly nodding.
Well, let's go to the butcher then, says Kaleo with a face that says, I totally know what's going on here. I'm sure we'll find information of whatever it is that we need to do then.
I'll catch you up in the break. We'll see you all in a little bit. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
I feel it is very important for all of you in the audience to know, now that we're back, that we came back in, and one of the phrases said as we came back was, really long fingers. This is vitally important information to share.
Fingers.
This is vitally important.
Really long fingers.
Really long fingers.
Stop it.
Alright. When last we left off, our heroes were given a couple of names that might be leads on either the Thieves Guild or the Cannibal Cult, and decided to start with the closest one, Julia, the butcher in the slums. You head back through the streets of the slums over to the Jaded Blade butcher shop, and you open the door. There's the little ringing of a bell above, and just like before, you don't see anyone at the counter, just their menu, which I'm gonna pull up just in case.
Alright.
I was gonna say.
So, before we do this, what should we actually ask her?
I hadn't actually really thought about that. Huh.
Although, look at me. I am not of thought.
I mean, it's not like we can just say to her face exactly what we're looking for.
Yeah, because that didn't work well last time.
So like in general, are we going good cop or bad cop?
Well, I'd assume good, because if we go bad, then she probably won't talk to us.
Alright.
But then I don't know how to say it without, not being subtle.
Well, if anyone got anything of value, could try bribing her.
Not really.
Apparently you guys seem to think that these things are worth something, and he pulls out the coins. So I guess we could give her these, but I don't know.
How many do you have?
Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
You get to about 23 by the time that Julia steps out of the back. And it just kind of like, now leaning on the counter.
27, 28, 29.
Stop it.
30.
No. I want to see where this goes.
55, 56.
Hello again.
58.
Hold it. Hey, she points at Khalil. You skipped a few. You need to go back and do it again.
Oh, I'm sorry. 31.
I kick him in the leg.
30. Ow! I'm sorry.
As I was
21.
saying... No, stop! As I was saying... Hi again.
She looks over. Come back for more?
Maybe, but I wanted to ask you something.
What is it this time?
I was just... I've been very worried about getting my pockets stolen, per se, like my items. I just wanted to know about criminal activity around here.
Criminal activity? Well, I can understand worry about that in the slums of all districts. I don't run with that sort of crowd.
Do you ever sell anything to them?
Well, it's not exactly like they're gonna come in through the door and say, "Hello, I'm here to rob you. Can you give us some goat meat?"
So you wouldn't know any of them?
Like I said, I don't deal with that sort of crowd. If I do, they don't exactly make themselves known to me.
Can I insight just in case?
Absolutely, yeah.
Also, Scott, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, I'm talking as quietly as I can.
I know you are, but insight. 16.
She seems to hold the Thieves Guild in genuine disdain.
Okay. Sorry, I just keep hearing the odd fly.
It's the slums, so...
I know, but it keeps like going right in my ear. It's creepy. Don't you fucking dare, Scott!
Regardless, okay, well, would you know of anybody we could, like, ask about the guilds, or the people, or the criminals, or just anyone?
Julia shrugs.
Okay, well, I'm sorry to bother you then.
6, 57,
Kaleo,
58, 1, yeah?
buy something off her.
Okay.
It's polite.
Sure, okay. He looks down the list. Okay, out of character, I didn't actually think about this.
Oh boy!
What seems... Actually... Fuck it, links. Let's get something speedy.
Aftershave.
What's... No, wait, no, he would know what the links is. I guess I'll get a links, please.
Also, I'm 90% sure that's one of the meat options at the Lively Moon. Yeah, Link's meat pies are at the Lively Moon.
Well, might as well get some more.
Yeah. Julia nods, holds out her hand for some of the gold coins.
He puts down... Wait. Hang on.
Yep.
74, 73, 72... No, he puts 75 on the table.
She weighs them, puts them into a little sack below the counter and heads into the back, counting on her fingers. Let's see, there was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you can kind of hear her muffled keeping on going. And she gets to around 27 before you hear a loud thump in the back.
Oh.
and she comes out from the back, dragging a skinned and beheaded lynx carcass and slamming it down on the counter for you.
Ooh.
Okay, well, good luck carrying that.
I'll take it.
Kaleo seems stunned almost, and kind of forgot for a moment that this was meant for meat and not for the animal. And by Kaleo, I mean me.
Yep.
Scott forgot that this was for meat.
Did you think we were buying a fucking lynx?
We're in a butcher shop!
I forgot.
Oh, well, we have meat now.
You have meat.
I want to be Night Wolf. Oh well. Yeah, I guess he tries to shake it off and carries it with a look of regret in his eyes.
Is that gonna be all?
Yes.
Alright. She waves you off, and you exit, carrying a lynx carcass.
Well,
I will
there's
say
things
that
that-
she also properly bagged it, so that you're not, like, carrying it out in the open and raw.
Good.
But that would be so much better.
That would be amazing! But, Maxwell clears his throat. Well, on the one hand, we didn't get anything about the Thieves Guild. On the other, I don't think she hates us, so if we get really stuck, we could try again with another line of questioning whenever we think of it.
9, 10, 11.
Why are you
12.
like this?
I'm counting how many lifetimes of regret I'm going to have to live through now.
That's... Wow.
Elf lifetimes or human lifetimes?
Pick one, I suppose.
How long do elves live for?
A lot longer than we do.
Oh, I only really know about half-elves.
Balthus just walking.
Alright.
700 some odd years I'm gonna have to live with this on my conscience.
I'm
And
sure
that-
you'll forget about it.
He leans in very closely to the child. An elf doesn't forget that easily.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Someone has to be.
Okay, so, where are we going next? Asks Maxwell.
So there's the Weaver, the two brothers, and the guard who I kind of want to avoid. Maybe the Weaver. The Weaver was nice, from what I remember.
I thought the Weaver's name was Paul, though, the one we met.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe it's a pseudonym. He's in disguise.
Well, I guess there's one way to find out. Go talk to him.
Let's go.
Alright.
15, 16.
While
that.
Kaleo counts his regrets, you head up to Paul the Weaver's. You look around and you start asking about someone named Wolf, and he says, "Oh yeah, Wolf. That's not me, actually. There's more than one Weaver's place in town. Wolf is in the Arcane District."
Oh, fucking course he is.
They did say that's where he would be, though. That makes sense.
Well, I guess we're going there then.
Alright.
Hey.
That quick detour taken care of, you head into the Arcane District, get some directions to a place called the Silver Sails, which, compared to all the other buildings in the district, looks not very well taken care of. You can, see a couple of cracks in the foundation, and, this place, while the rest of the Arcane District smells like incense, this smells like animals. Like a lot of animals.
Oh, this is a change of pace.
What?
Is there, a visible source of where this smell's coming from?
definitely inside the building, but the windows are tinted and have shades pulled over them.
Does it smell like dead animal or living animal?
Living animal.
Oh.
Alright, well, let's go inside.
Time to go in.
Very deep, relieved sigh.
All right.
We trot in.
You walk inside and are immediately confronted by the sound of several barking dogs. You look around and there are several big old, like, Rottweilers and Mastiffs and dogs of that similar size leaping up and down all around you, barking and slobbering in your face. And after a few seconds you hear, "Whoa! Whoa!" The dogs stop jumping, but they continue barking, and you look behind the counter, and there is a pretty bulky, very scruffy-looking man with a patchy beard, sleepless eyes, and messy black hair, staring at you now that the dogs have finally stopped jumping all over you and giving him a good look. You'll have to forgive the boys. They're like this with everyone who's not me.
They're wonderful.
I mean, it's better than some other dogs I've met.
Yeah. Anyway, name's Wolf. I'm a weaver. I sew things together. Pretty good, I do say so myself, otherwise I wouldn't be here. What can I do for you?
Well, basically, I was asking around because I'm really scared that I'm going to get things stolen whilst I'm here. I was just wondering about the criminal activity around here.
Criminal activity, he says, straightening up his posture. You think I know something about that, do you?
Oh, well, not necessarily. I was just asking around.
You insinuating that just because I don't dress or smell as fancy as everyone else in the district, I know something about criminal activity, do you?
No. I mean, I don't really have a home, but I don't really do criminal things.
He says, grunting and slouching back in a chair.
So, do you know anything?
Yeah. I hear tell of things. Mostly, recent gossip. Thieves Guild got bolder and bolder, tried actual assassination out as a new coat of paint for him.
We were there when that happened.
Oh, really? Well, you'd know that story better than I, then.
Yeah, that wasn't very nice.
Can I insight him to see if he's, hiding anything?
Go for it.
Sure. Oh, nice.
He was obviously very, very insulted at what he thought was an insinuation that he was involved in criminal activity. That being said, he seems to have gone for the most recent example of criminal activity for a reason rather than listing off a bunch of specific examples.
Oh, okay.
Okay, well... Is there anything else I should be worried about?
Anything else? Well, if only 'cause people keep complaining to me about it, I'd watch out for the wolves around town. They keep claiming that my boys here are somewhat involved. He speaks up, that my boys are somewhat involved, because the dogs start barking louder.
Khalil, leans down to pet one of the doggos.
The dog happily accepts the pet, but will not stop barking at you.
That is okay.
This is too cute.
Yeah. From what I hear, wolves have been getting nastier and nastier over the years. Less and less food sources for them outside the city walls, so they've turned to whatever they can dig up from the ground.
The ground?
Aye. Where else would you dig something up from? Kinda hard to dig something out of thin air.
What are they digging up? Just meat?
Presumably. One would assume a wolf is a carnivore.
Well, yes, and that's been happening for how long?
Oh, God. Ever since I moved to this damn district, people have said I've been stinking it up for one reason or another. One of their favorite excuses is that I'm somehow associated with the wolves outside of town, and God, that must have been even before the mines got poisoned and the dwarves moved out.
She kind of like looks to the others to be like, do you guys want to ask anything?
Khalil doesn't really say anything. He's one, he's busy with the doggos, and two, he doesn't really have much else to say.
Well, can't say I know anything, perchance, about any of this criminal activity, but I could ask around if you do me a favor.
And what would that be?
I'm gonna need a sample of wolf fur. From one of the wolves outside of town, mind. The special ones. Maybe a little bit of testing on that can help me finally figure out how to get these damn people to stop blaming me dogs for digging up whatever's out there.
She looks to the others like,
I mean, if you guys are okay with it.
I don't know if it's a matter of whether we're okay with it, but whether Paratha and her group would be okay with it.
Paratha?
The wolves themselves.
She wasn't there.
Minerva was not there with them to meet the werewolves.
Right, that's one of the wolves.
Oh, well, it might help us get some information.
I suppose so. We'd have to be careful, though. Very careful.
Well, I guess we'll see what we can do.
Aye, that would be much obliged, little miss.
Okay, well, thank you for telling us what you know.
Yeah, right, well, these, the boys are never gonna shut up, so I'd advise if you want to keep your hearing for the rest of the day, best be off, with ya.
Okay, goodbye then.
Goodbye. And you head out, shutting the door, leaving the muffled sound of barking dogs behind you.
beautiful. I immediately, when we get out, cast this to get rid of any dog fur that was on me.
Oh.
There was a lot.
So, two more, right?
Two more.
There's the furniture men and the guard.
I guess the furniture men first.
I suppose so. Alright, let's go then.
Away!
Alright. You continue to head through the districts of Whitevane, getting directions into the Temple District, finding a set of two conjoined buildings. One labeled New Leaf Carpentry, and the other labeled New Leaf Luxury Furnishings, with no other obvious candidates for where the furniture boys would be. You wager that this is probably your best bet of finding them.
Okay.
Alright.
We haven't found them yet?
You venture inside, and it's relatively quiet in there. A couple of scattered bedspreads, chairs, ottomans, all sorts of very nice-looking cushioned furniture scattered here and there in no particular pattern. And towards the back, two pretty muscular-looking men, like not bodybuilder big, but they've got noticeable biceps. At the back, sitting down, leaning back in some comfy chairs, chatting with each other. One of them looks over your way. Ah! New folk! Haven't seen people of your kind around Whitevane in many an age. Come, pull up a chair, he says, laughing at his own joke.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
Those over.
Yeah. You all sit down. They are indeed very comfortable chairs.
What's the tallest piece of furniture?
One of the beds, probably.
Khalil climbs on top of the bed. That's it.
So what puts you lot in the market for some fine furnishing? The other man raises his hand. Or just plain old carpentry. Doesn't have to be the furnishing. I do work with wood.
Well, I don't really have a house, so I don't really need either.
Well, perfect! We can start on building one! One of them says, pulling out a big old clipboard, ruffling through some sheets of parchment.
No. I don't really need a house right now. I just need more, information.
The two look very disappointed and toss the clipboard over their shoulder.
Oh, sorry,
It's okay, we can pick it up later.
Okay, well, basically, because we're kind of new here, but also I've been a little bit scared because, I've heard there's been a load of, stealing around here recently, and I just wanted to know if it's safe around here to, like, stay.
Safe? Perfectly safe, long as you don't, run afoul of anything explosive. Like the Harvester Mage? Yeah, who else would be explosive? It's not her who explodes. She makes the explosions happen, Alphonse! And the two keep yelling at each other.
That's all well and good, but I didn't really mean that. I meant more like, criminal stuff.
Criminals? Sounds like it would be a hell of a story if there were criminals around here. Oh yeah, stories! I like stories! Alphonse turns over to you, Valthiv, and points. You look like you've been on a little adventure or two. Come on, get yourself comfy. I'd love to hear what sort of capers you've been getting up to. And they stare, eagerly awaiting.
Or just stares at
What?
Valthiv.
Go on then, lizard man, tell us a story.
I think he's a bit shell-shocked.
Well, F. Is it a case of push to talk?
It might be.
I see her light on.
I don't.
I do not.
She's green, for me at least.
Nope.
Hang on. What's happening?
Oh, what's happening? Technical difficulties, I think, are happening.
Hang up and call back.
Khalil waves a hand in. Oh wait, he's all the way on the bed. Where? Wait, actually, what's the distance from the bed to where they are?
If you leaned over, you could probably wave one in front of all.
He leans over and tries to wave a hand in front of all. Hello.
All right, well, I guess we're gonna wait on that. You, Elf Boy, what about you? You have any funny stories to tell us?
Soap.
That's a noun, son.
Oh gosh, what do you mean by, sir?
Well, you see, Anton and I, we'd love to get out there, travel the world, fight a bunch of people, take a bunch of cool things, have grand adventures, but, we can't. So, we like to live vicariously through the stories of, adventuring types. And, wagering how, I have never heard tell of a lizard folk, an elf, and a halfling, and a bunch of humans traveling together for non-adventuring purposes. I assume I am correct in assuming that you are adventurers.
This is correct, yes.
In that case, you'd surely have some stories to tell.
I guess there was this one time where I hopped on a bunch of people's heads in order to get to the front of a line to to this one woman. That was interesting, I guess. Someone help me out here.
Shrugs.
Dawn, are you back?
Well, now it's just constant green and no sound. Hell.
Yeah.
Dawn is typing, though.
Yeah. We're getting there, guys!
Oh, no.
Oh, crap.
Sorry, Dawn.
Trying to think.
I don't know. I mean, I've been kind of walking by myself for about 3 or 4 months-ish.
Surely something interesting happened during that time.
I mean, there was one time where I was in a forest, and I was really hungry, and then there were these berries, and I tried one, and then I was sick, because it turns out I think they were poisonous berries. So I don't eat berries I find anymore, I just make my own.
Sensible.
There was one time where we ran into... Oh, you weren't there for this, Minerva, but... Where we went down underground... Well, it wasn't really underground, but we were a ways away from home, and we ran into this spawn creature. I think it was like an octopus, but also not. It was like a squid. It was really scary.
They seem fascinated as you start talking about the squid spawn.
Scott doesn't remember most of the details, so I'm just going to say that Kaleo goes into detail about how they hunted it, and there was like this toll troll, and how they eventually hunted it down, and there was all jazz.
And all that
jazz. And while Dawn is restarting computer, I'm going to say Valthiv offers up more of the details, because Valthiv was also there, fighting squids and toll trolls and the like. Well, that's amazing. That certainly sounds like a troll. How the hell would you know? You've never seen a troll. I have read about trolls. And the two keep arguing amongst each other.
Kaleo, what's a troll?
Oh no.
Kaleo!
Is Kaleo also dead?
Are you serious?
Oh my god!
I'm sorry, I'm still here. What happened?
I was asking it. Fuck yeah, I'll say it again.
Kaleo, what's a troll?
Oh, a troll is like a giant almost, but it's kind of ugly looking, and they're real scary. You don't want to get.
Oh.
No, finish that sentence. You don't want to get.
I said near one typically.
It kind of just sounds a bit boring.
This one was very. What's the word? Stingy, I suppose? It kept asking for our coins. I mean, I guess we could have given it to them. I still don't understand this, but it kept asking for more and more, and we just wanted to get through, you know?
Okay.
Yeah.
The two nod.
Also, welcome back, Dawn.
Welcome back, Dawn.
Yay.
Hooray!
Yeah.
You can hear me!
Whoop!
Yay! Right, so now that whatever was going on with you is sorted, do you have any stories of adventure to tell us, Lizard Man?
Yes, and what an adventure it is. In fact, it's brand new. So, it is the thrilling adventure of the theater fiasco. Super fresh. Happened not.
I'm sorry, but just to break character for a moment, I didn't realize you were about to talk about the theater, and I heard super fresh, and I just pictured the fucking cat wearing a cape.
Oh god.
I'm gonna go quickly refill my water and rethink my life while you're doing that. I'll be back in 60 seconds.
Anywho, so, here we were, just out on a seemingly normal evening. Taking some R&R, enjoying ourselves at the theater, and then suddenly, out of nowhere, shut up, Bird, shut up. There was some ruckus in the crowd, and then all of a sudden, bam! Down falls the mayor. And then we're like, whoa! That's no good! So we rush into action, then climb up, we catch the assassin, and take him down. And save the mayor!
For the sake of Lean, who is a bard, having something to do during the tell the people stories part of the investigation, I'll say that she was providing some mood music throughout the various telling of tales. Anton and Alphonse
playing music during that story.
Yes.
That's literally what he just said.
I just came back.
Anton and Alphonse nod eagerly, seeming fascinated at a first-hand perspective. That reminds me of a story. When I was doing some moving of various bits and pieces and parts and whatnot for Yannick. Yannick's the one who runs the general store in town, right? Yeah, that he is. Yeah. He needed someone to make a big old crate, put a bunch of products that were also in smaller crates I wasn't allowed to look in that crate, and then move that into town. Cause you see, if you carry them in like too few crates, wolves are gonna smell it. But if you carry it in too big a crate, they're gonna look at it and think, could be something. But if it's just, wooden crate, then they're gonna think, it's not gonna be that valuable. Alphonse, who was listening to Anton's particular story, nods and says, Right. I think while you were doing jobs with the general store, I was working with what's her face, Gessene in the district. She's the one who runs the small blessing shrine, like for the people who don't want to go into the big temples or whatnot. Like if they have something really against Palor or Cord or the Raven Queen. Why would anyone have anything against the Raven Queen? Because the temple's abandoned, obviously someone has something against the Raven Queen. Where was I? Right, her name's Gessene. Right, I don't know what she's a priest of, but she manages to get a whole bunch of very interesting items that I don't think anyone who's staying in Whitevane would be able to.
Really now?
That she does.
Okay. That's really interesting.
Well, glad you find at least a story from people who don't adventure to be interesting.
Very exciting stories.
Right, and then, sorry, I'm typing down notes so that I don't forget this part for the recap. All that is to say, was it really an adventure if you just met up with her a couple of times? I actually went out into the woods. Oh yeah, you! By yourself went out into the woods, definitely not pissing your pants in fear at the werewolves! And the two keep arguing about details of their own stories.
Minerva's you can tell she's kind of leaning in and just hanging off of every word these guys are saying.
Khalil is just hanging on the edge of the bed.
They look like they're going to be at this for a while.
Yeah, I was like, after a while she just kind of blinks and she's like,
maybe we should go.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
So it's very interesting stories.
Well, glad you think so, they say, finally looking back at each other. I was going to say that first!
Well, that's nice, but I think we have to go now.
You slowly edge out. You thank them in between bits of them yelling at each other, and edge out of luxury furnishing and carpentry.
Oh god.
That in and of itself was an adventure.
Yes.
So, out of character, I kind of want to go to this priest person now. Because when they say about, stuff against, like, the other gods and stuff, I'm just like, suspicion.
A big suspicion.
But if you guys want to go, somewhere else, that's fine.
We could take a detour after the final person.
Well, what time is it now?
It's around mid-afternoon.
Oh, okay. Well, the thing is that I believe we're not on good terms with the guards, so...
Yeah.
Unless one of us goes in disguise.
I don't have a disguise kit.
I do
have a disguise kit.
Do I, though?
I've got the, I got the have disguise.
I have a disguise kit, but I'm also shit at socializing, so...
Lean would normally absolutely go forth and be a Karen, but for the sake of not doing that, I'm gonna say that you could convince her to stay back for this one.
Yeah, that's fair.
I do not have a disguise kit.
You're also the only lizard folk around for several miles, so...
Well, shut up.
I mean, you know what? I'm just going to do a roll out of character. How well could we get that? Could we hide that tail? Yeah, not very well.
No.
You just push on Valthiv's tail to try and get it to stick.
And that's the only thing I do with the disguise kit.
So, remind me what this guy specifically is guarding, just so I know what to do.
He is overseeing the marketplace in the forum at, in the guild quarter of Whitevane. Like, making sure that there aren't any fights breaking out or any robberies there.
Okay. Alright. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna, well, first we can, like, go to try and find him, I guess. That would be a plan.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, if we do, I'll use the hat disguise, and I'll, like, cast, disguise self, and just turn myself into, like, a different child.
Mm.
Oh, that's right. We got... Okay, never mind.
I think I can do this by myself.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Alright, well... If
you say so.
If something happens, we should have a signal of some sort.
The signal is me running in and carrying you out and running.
Maybe I should do the running.
Maybe I'll just scream help really loudly.
Are you sure? Oh, I guess.
That is a pretty obvious signal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay, well, I'll go over then.
Careful, Nerva.
I'll be okay.
Okay.
I assume I find the god?
Yeah, after a little bit of looking, mostly in the same place you found him before, you see him there leaning against a wall, casting quick glances over the rest of the market square.
Right, I trot up to him and I kind of, like, pull on his, like, whatever he's wearing, and I'm just like,
excuse me, can you help me?
He looks down at you. Those your parents, kid?
No, not really. I kind of know where they are. It's more just I'm a little bit scared.
Really? Scared of what?
There's people, like, keep getting really close to me, and I'm scared they're gonna steal stuff from me, and, I was wondering, am I gonna be okay, or should I go home?
Talking about people that seem like they're from the Thieves Guild, honey?
Yes?
Then I'd say it's probably a whole lot safer if you stay home, kid.
Okay. Well, what if I have to go out again? Do you know, like, where they are?
Well, much as it's gonna make me look really silly to say this, I'm a guard, sweetie. I am in charge of keeping the city safe, keeping the city under law and order. You think if I knew where the thieves hung out, that I'd be down there arresting them?
I suppose that's a point. Well, do you know if there's any other, bad people besides them?
I'm sure there are. And if I knew where they were, he snaps his fingers, they'd be out like that. But in the meantime, my business is here, looking out for anyone who looks like they might be associated with the Thieves Guild. That's my main problem right now.
Okay. I'm trying to think of something else to say. Okay, well, say if, I saw one of those bad people, and they were being really mean or something, what should I do?
He looks at you and starts quirking an eyebrow. Make a persuasion check, because now he's starting to get suspicious.
Bollocks, okay. I think my persuasion's okay.
I really don't know what you were expecting. Ooh!
Masterclass.
Hot damn. Yeah. He sighs. You are going down a very dangerous road there, kid. One that I would highly recommend you just walk away from. Because these people, they'll figure out if you're looking for them. And they can get really mean.
Oh. That does sound scary.
Yeah, don't I know that?
Okay, well, I think I'm just going to go home now.
As you walk away, he says, just in case you need an example. They made a run recently on the Hall of Records. Took a folder of a couple of family trees. Mine was in that folder. I think they might be trying to go after my son.
Oh, I'm really sorry. I hope you two are safe.
So do I. If there was some way that we could guarantee at least his safety, I can take care of myself. I'm a big guy. I could sleep a whole lot easier.
Okay, well, goodbye.
You take care, kid, he says, waving you off.
Yeah, she waves back, and then she, finds the group and just, make sure it's in a place where, no one can really notice. She just takes off the, hat.
I'm so glad you said that, because if... I'm gonna say, excuse me, have you seen a little girl, orangish hair, blue eyes around this tall?
I saw a different little girl!
Anyways.
Regardless, I come back, and yeah.
Alright.
Okay, well, he doesn't know where they are, but apparently they stole a load of, files from the Hall of Records.
Oh. That's not good.
What kind of records?
Like family trees. He said something about he thinks his son is being targeted.
They're after a lot of people then, aren't they?
It seems like it.
Yeah.
Do you know where the Hall of Records is?
I don't know, do we?
You ask around town as to where the Hall of Records is, because no one has any particular reason to not tell you where the Hall of Records is. It is, in fact, in the guild quarters.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's not too far, actually.
Okay.
Well,
What do you do?
it's one of our leads.
Yes. But then again, just showing up there might be a bit suspicious.
Who,
Wish
to
I
the
stayed them.
Hall of Records or to the thieves?
To the Hall of Records. I don't know if it's a well-established place or not.
It's fairly well established.
Hmm.
I don't really know.
Well, I mean, we could either do that or go find the wolves.
Well, the thing is that if these thieves are out for these people, then maybe we should stop them first. Although at the same time, getting the wolves might help us get more information. I don't know.
Well, seeing as the Hall of Records is still in the city, we might as well check that
Okay.
out.
All right. You head into the Hall of Records. A bell rings as you pass through the door, and the man behind the counter, a very thin man with short brown hair and very thick glasses in dark blue robes, kind of startles at the sound of the bell ringing, adjusts his glasses to look at you as you come in, and looks down.
Hi. Hello. Welcome.
Hello. Did we startle you?
Yeah.
Well, this guy sounds pretty weird. Sounds Maxwell. He doesn't actually say that. I just happened to figure out. Oh, goddammit, that's the Maxwell voice.
Oh no.
It's cute. I like it.
Oh.
Hello. Why are you so nervous?
I'm not good to talk people.
That's okay. I understand the feeling.
Well, we don't want to be here for too long. We just wanted to ask something.
You're here to look up in archives.
Turns to the others.
I'm not supposed to let people look at the archives without membership or donation for upkeep.
Just let us in.
We don't. I don't think we know. I don't know.
He's looking even more nervous now, somehow.
Maybe we should come back later, guys. I don't think we should bother him.
Wait, no. I would like to, but I'm just worried because I heard that there was I heard that some of them were taken.
He flinches at the mention of records being taken.
Yeah, I thought so. I mean, if certain ones have been taken, then maybe we can help you get them back.
If you know where they are, returning them to the Hall of Records would be most. Thank.
Oh, Christ.
Well, I mean, we can certainly try, but if you have any information that can help us, then
I'm not supposed to look up anything in the archives without the membership or the donation.
No, I don't mean that. I mean like the people who took them.
He flinches again.
What did I miss this time?
This guy's not helping us.
Yeah, the guy is not helping. He is incredibly nervous still.
Do you need a drink of water or something?
Oh, no, I'm good. Hydrated. Nice hydrated. Yes, good hydrated. Stay hydrated.
We shouldn't have to bother him like this. He's not doing anything wrong.
No, I'm not bothering him.
I know you're not. I don't know.
Okay, well, we'll do our best to try and find them for you.
Okay, thank.
Wanda just heavy sighs and can just like look around to see if there's any like small like crawl spaces or like what might look like a hidden passage that the Thieves Guild could use to get in.
Absolutely. Make an investigation check.
Oh no, that's my worst check.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no. Not that you can see, Valthiv.
No, I'm blind apparently.
Minerva, you can try. Khalil's not going to.
Sure, but mine's only +1, so...
That's better than my own.
Nope.
Nope.
Well, thank you for your time.
Thank, he says with a sheepish wave, and then pulls out a book and immediately puts it over his face.
I thought you were about to say pulls out a gun.
I won't hesitate, bitch!
But
Right.
you're hesitating now.
Alright.
Well, we're a bit lost now.
Well,
Maxwell slowly raises his hand. Should we have made a donation or signed up for a membership?
Do you think that would have helped?
I think it might have gotten a response other than we need to do either of those things.
Well, go and do it. There's no point in me doing it. My family's not here.
Maxwell
sad at this.
Maxwell sheepishly heads back in. You hear the mumbling of two very high-pitched, very awkward men. Maxwell steps outside. So the membership has a wait while they investigate it and do like a background check? And I'm kind of short on cash.
How much do you need?
I think around 10 gold should be fine.
Oh.
I can do it, I suppose.
Alright. Do you hand Maxwell the gold, or are you going to make the donation yourself?
Oh.
Social interaction.
So you can't see it right now, but my mouth is wide open.
Okay.
I'm gonna say, for the sake of not embarrassing myself any more than I already feel, I'm just gonna give him the gold.
Alright. Thank you, Maxwell says, and he steps inside.
Yeah.
A couple minutes later, Maxwell steps back out. So the folder that was taken of the family trees, it was, like, they organized them by last name, and they took the upper realm of V last names, like VA to VI or something like that.
Oh.
Strange.
Huh.
Would we happen to know any names like that?
I didn't get a whole lot of last names when we were asking around people.
Well, I guess if the guy's son was being targeted, then he probably has V in his last name.
Probably.
That's true.
Sounds probable. Probable.
But I'm not gonna go ask, because that's just gonna be weird.
Be like, sir, what's your last name?
What's your last name?
Then I don't know what else we can do.
I suppose I could go in there.
I mean, are you okay with that?
No.
I mean, what else are we going to be looking for in there at this point?
Hmm.
I'm going to take that silence as an answer to the question and say that we'll think of something later if we need to go back.
Yeah. I suppose. Well,
Okay.
I guess the only thing we can do now is check up on the general store.
Sure, I suppose so. May as well. We have the time.
They were talking about stuff that would alert the wolves.
Yeah.
Yeah, good thing we know where the general store is, and it's going to be pretty easy to get there, so, on we go?
So let's fucking go, bitch.
Let's go!
I'm surprised you have that vocabulary.
What are you talking
I'm so
about?
proud of you.
I guess they grow up fast.
That was definitely out of character. You head up to the industrial
I'm giving
district
you a hard time.
and into the general store. Yannick, or Janik, he answers to either one, is behind the counter, taking a sip from a flask as he watches you come in, gives you a quick nod.
I go over to him.
Hello.
Hello there. Looking for something in particular? Special order, maybe?
No. I rather wanted to ask about an order that you might have done. I
What?
think.
What sort of order?
I think it's like a load of, I heard about a load of crates.
Yes, crates are generally what items come in. Congratulations on knowing that.
No, but I meant what's inside the crates.
You're going to have to narrow that down. I get a lot of shipments up here.
How many you get?
A lot. Let me put it this way.
1, 2.
1, 2.
Shush.
Let me put it this way. I am an enterprising businessman, and whenever there is an opportunity to expand to other areas of revenue, I take it. If someone is going to offer up the money to have something delivered special, I'm not going to question who it's from. I'm going to get it for them.
I suppose that makes sense.
Well, what about something... I hope you don't mind me asking this, but what about something that could attract wolves?
Something that could attract wolves? Well, could be any number of things. Mainly the idea is to make it look not attractive to those thieving bastards. People, 'cause they are really, really bad about paying for stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Well, why
They
would...
did seem to just take what they wanted.
Yes. What did they want with it?
Weapons and armor, mostly. Apparently, little bastards have decided to branch out into stabbing people rather than clawing their throats out.
That's...
Interesting.
Speaking of, you in the market for any of that? Because I can get it for you. I mean, it's proven that the method I have works at getting them past the wolves.
Oh, what type of stuff is it?
The general store is a special shop in White Vein in that it can get anything from the player's handbook at 10 times the usual price with a bit of a delay in actually getting it up to White Vein.
There's not much point then, is there?
10 times the PHB's
Yeah.
value. Wow.
No, I think we're good. I was just curious, you know?
He nods, takes another sip from his flask.
Looks to the others.
Yeah, what about you? Any other curiosity from you lot? Wonderful, a barbershop quartet of stunned silence.
Actually, it's just 3.5 of us.
That's just mean.
It was
Wow.
Out of character, I wasn't talking about you.
Yeah, I know. It's still mean.
It's still mean.
A big meanie.
Well, one of us isn't here.
Lean is probably also going,
Oh, okay.
Fuck.
I don't know what else to ask.
What are you investigating?
We're investigating a lot at this point.
What is the end goal of the investigation?
Conspiracy.
Oh, Christ.
Okay, well, has your shop been, this is just a curious thing, because, I've been, very nervous around being in here. It's, have you had anything stolen recently?
Well, I've certainly had people try. But, basically, you make a better deal than the risk of death, and people start saying things your way, you know?
What do you mean?
I mean that if there are people who come to my shop who are members of the Thieves Guild, then they know well enough that stealing is perhaps the worst deal they can make when it comes to dealing with my particular brand of economics. Because I can get things for them easily.
There's a part of me that really wants to say, how did you know we were talking about the Thieves Guild?
Because you're talking about stealing, you dipshit.
Yeah!
I'm dumb.
And what happens if they do steal?
Death, execution, usually by hanging.
Yeah, I thought so. Well, what about any other bad guys, not just, stealing people?
I never really got that term. Good guys or bad guys. Morality's not really something that appeals to me. Like I said, people know that I can get things for them. People know that if they pay me, I don't ask questions. Whether they call themselves good guy or bad guy is immaterial to me.
Then would you happen to have more information on where the Thieves Guild hideout is?
I might.
And how much would you want for that information?
Let me put it this way. If you're offering up coin, you can rest assured that whatever you have, I can make far faster. What I'd like instead, well, much as I would love to claim that I have complete economic domination of this backwater place now that the forgeries are down and the doors have left, I do not. I've tried buying out most of the shops, but there's one in particular that should be gone and isn't. There's a tailor, what the hell is his name? Franz, I think. And it feels like people have, vested interests in making sure that particular shop stays open despite its complete lack of profitability. Now, since you folk are so interested in investigating these bad people, I'm sure that you wouldn't mind checking to see if it's something sinister.
Oh. I mean, perhaps.
He takes a swig from his flask again, looks over. So are you going to buy something, or are you just going to continue the barbershop quartet?
Wait, so out of character. So basically, what he's saying is, like, you know, the tailor shop, like, for all intents and purposes, should not be open, but people are keeping it open.
He is, in fact, implying that, yes.
Right.
Got it. Cool. Why are you so interested in taking...
I would like to expand my areas of revenue even further. Having a tailor at my disposal would be ideal. He refuses to sell despite every reason to, and I would like to figure out why.
Well,
Alright.
you can ask in a discreet way.
We'll see if that gets you any answers.
Wait.
Okay, well, thank you.
He nods, makes a little shoe motion, and waits until you head out the door.
I think as everyone, like, leaves, Minerva would just kind of, like, stop and turn back and look at him. And she just goes,
You're good. You'd probably survive easily.
Well, I question that first part, but the second compliment's much appreciated.
she just leaves.
Alright. Maxwell clears his throat. So, a lot more leads than this morning. That's awesome.
Yes. We're getting somewhere, at least.
Yeah. It's definitely a lot more leads than this morning when we had absolutely zero.
So, do you think we should check out the tailor, or should we just give up for today?
What time is it?
Early evening.
Would the tailor
Would
still
the
be open?
tailor be open at this point?
Probably, if you went there fast.
Let's run! Whoosh!
Just sprint over.
You just bolt over to, the Longbowl Tailor back in the, guild district. Luckily, that's the central district, so the back and forth is a little bit lessened as you rush back over and push through the door into the Longbowl Tailor. Franz looks over and is like, "Oh, hello. Did you change your minds about getting a haircut?"
No, so I need to catch my breath.
Of course.
No, I mean, I'm fine. I can't say for the others. I mean, besides Valthiv, he doesn't have hair. But besides that, I just wanted to, talk to you about things.
Oh, what sort of things would those be, little girl?
I was just wondering about,
And she thinks for a second and she's like,
you see, when I grow up, I want to be a hairdresser too.
Oh, really? What a wonderful little idea.
And, I just wanted to know, how long have you been doing this for?
Oh, goodness, I have been working as a tailor since at least before the doors all left. Yes, business was booming back then. Nowadays, well, with no one who wants their beards neatly filed and having soot gotten out of them, a lot less business, but I've been pretty lucky. I've gotten some sponsors from out of town.
Oh, who are they?
I wish I could say. They don't leave notes, and I don't recognize the... Sorry, they don't leave names. They do leave notes. They do leave packages full of, quite a lot of money. And, I don't recognize the handwriting from anyone in town, unfortunately.
Oh, can I see them?
Sure, yeah. He pulls out one of the notes, hands it over. It's fairly terse and to the point, reads basically to the effect of, attached is this month's donation to keep your business running. Cheers.
Ooh, sponsors.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what I did to earn them, but I must be doing something right to keep them.
But at the same time, if no one's really coming here anymore, then why stay here? Why don't you just move somewhere else?
Where else would I have to go?
Well, anywhere.
Let me put it this way. I'm at the top of a mountain. It is a long journey to the next town over. A long journey through the woods, and it's not guaranteed you can get there safely unless you have a very fast and very reinforced horse and cart, which I do not.
I literally walked here.
Okay, well maybe it's easier for you because you are a small child and can hide very easily, but I am not a small child anymore.
Oh.
We all walked here.
Okay, you know what? That's great for you! You're very heavily armed! I cut hair!
I mean, scissors are very deadly.
Not to wolves, they're not!
I mean, with all this money, shouldn't you be able to afford, like, a party to help escort you?
I could, but then I would not be able to afford setting up a new business, and there's no guarantee my sponsors would continue if I moved.
Do you not have, like, a return address for the sponsors?
They never leave one.
Oh. Well, how many did you have?
It appears to be just the one sending the letters. Handwriting doesn't change every time. They've been doing this for, oh goodness, I would say 2-3 years now. Really got me out of a bind, I'll tell you what.
Do you mind if I keep this note? It's very nice handwriting.
By all means. It's old and they don't require me to send them back, so...
Okay.
She pockets it.
Alrighty.
Oh goodness, it's getting late outside. Can we talk about hairdressing another time then?
Yes, of course, I'll still be here.
Okay, thank you.
You're quite welcome, little girl. And you're out.
Yeet!
So what is a sponsor?
It's someone who gives you a lot of money in exchange for doing something.
You can keep doing what you're doing.
Maybe the store owner knows the handwriting. We could try and give it back to him.
Possibly. He does see a lot of shipments.
Yes, well, maybe tomorrow. It is kind of getting late. And he's probably closed by now.
Yeah, it's getting...
General stores are open pretty late, though.
Oh, well, I wouldn't know. I don't really go to stores. Except recently.
Well, we might as well check it out and see if he's still...
Okay, run back!
You run back!
I don't think we have to run this time.
He's still there. You're going uphill, by the way, to the industrial district where the general store is.
So, I went back!
He looks over at you. Well, that was fast.
Yeah. Okay, so we talked to him, talked a bit about hairdressing, and he said something about how he has a sponsor that's sending him money.
Yeah.
And, well, we have this note as well. I don't know if you recognize the handwriting on it.
He takes it from you, inspects the handwriting. Not off the top of my head, but I've got enough backlogs that I can figure it out very, very quickly.
Okay.
He looks over at all of you. So your investigations, why exactly are you doing them?
Cricket noise.
But come on, everyone's got a motivation. You just doing it to keep order in the town? You doing it because you're concerned about the people here? What?
Looks at Maxwell.
Little column A, little column B. He looks unimpressed. You know you're gonna have to choose one or the other, because otherwise I'm not sure where I'm gonna point you.
I mean, I don't know their reasonings, but, I'm trying to help someone.
Mm-hmm. Looks over at Kaleo. Kaleo? Oh god, is Scott dead too?
Kaleo died from lack of oxygen.
Well, but also, look. I mean, the Thieves Guild just sent someone after the mayor, and if they're doing that, that means they're planning something really big, really dangerous, and we gotta know what's up.
That too.
Alright. Well, if it's the people here you're caring about, saving whoever the fuck, can't say I know particularly where the Thieves Guild would hang out, but I hear Luna over at the theater, Luna Rosenhain, who established the damn place. She might know a thing or two.
Oh, okay.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Good luck getting a meeting with her, though.
Hello?
Also, hello.
Hi, I've been trying to talk for the last 15 minutes.
Oh no!
This is a cursed stream.
This is a very cursed one.
Well, thank you.
Good luck getting a meeting with her, though. She's a very busy woman.
Oh, well, we've got a meeting kind of with the Harvester Mage, so I don't think this should be much of a challenge.
Yeah.
He quirks an eyebrow and chuckles. Yeah, I'm sure you did.
What do you mean?
She does not take
mean by
meetings. She absolutely does not take meetings.
Oh, well, yeah, we
Well,
figured that much.
It was
Kicks him in the
technically a
shin.
meeting.
Stop it.
You know
Two,
what?
three, yeah.
And you head out of the general store.
Fucking goddamn it!
Okay, now let's go back. I'm getting hungry.
Yeah, I could definitely go for some food.
If you want, I could cook the links for you.
Only if you're sure. You've been doing a lot of talking today. I feel bad making you do all of this.
Oh no, it's okay. I like helping you.
If you're sure.
Well, you've helped me. Seems fair that I help you.
If you're sure.
Yeah, I will. We can set up somewhere and I can cook it.
All right.
What is it to cook again?
To cook, I'm gonna make it an intelligence check.
Intelligence, okay.
Because you've cooked
Strength.
before, it's just Lynx is pretty foreign to you in terms of how you cook it properly.
Remember,
Strength to stir it.
Oh my god.
Gotta do the cooking better.
Oh no!
Oh no!
I'm just burn it.
Do you want some help, maybe?
You pull out a very charred-looking lynx.
Oh no, well, I thought it was bigger, then I have to cook it longer.
Some help?
Well, I mean, I can't really help it when it's burnt.
Can Minerva roll with her advantage? Oh wait, Kaleil's a vegetarian. Fuck!
Kaleil's a vegetarian!
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
You know, it
Perfect.
happens. It happens.
It's all a
Besides,
learning curve. I assume this is your first time cooking with Lynx?
Yes.
Yeah, then don't worry about it. I'd probably do the same thing.
I'm sorry, it's just I usually make food with summoning it, so I'm trying to get used to making, actual meat.
oh, so don't worry too much about that. And besides, it's not like I would typically... 81, 82, 83... 84.
Okay, you know who makes a good links? Joanna. We could see if she's back.
I suppose.
He just goes back really dejectedly.
How tall is Minerva again?
4'7", I believe? Let me check. Oh, 4'6".
Let me check something real quick.
Okay.
You know what? Okay, last question. How much does she weigh?
Oh god, I don't know if I noted it down. She weighs 75 pounds.
You know what? Kaleo wants to cheer her up, so he's gonna try and give her a piggyback.
What is Kaleil's strength, and how much is he currently carrying?
Well, he has an athletics of 6. Does that count for anything?
Carrying capacity is based on strength score.
Oh, well, his strength is a 0.
10 or 11.
11.
Okay.
Hey.
I'm gonna double check the carrying capacity formula.
Maths.
Good old.
Okay, your carrying capacity is your strength score multiplied by 15, so he can give Minerva a piggyback ride.
Cool.
Hey, it's okay. I know a way to cheer you up.
What?
How are you? We've been walking for a while, haven't we? Why don't you just take a rest?
Are you sure?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I will say, though, just barely he can give Minerva a piggyback ride.
I'll take it.
I think she can, tell, and she's just holding on really tight.
Come on, guys.
Valthiv wants to crunch the burnt links anyway, just because it's it's a waste of food.
Yeah. I mean, lizard folk are capable of eating a lot of raw meat, so however badly it's cooked, you don't really mind, Valthiv.
Nah, it doesn't matter. I'm gonna crunch the meat.
Mm-hmm. Alright.
And although he doesn't say it out loud, in the back of his mind, Kaleo starts counting backwards from his 80s.
God fucking damn it.
Yeah. It's backwards regret.
Yeah.
Alright. You all head back into the tavern, have some dinner, and get settled in for the night. And with that investigation concluded, we're gonna end the session there.
Alright.
Wow!
Hey.
Yeah. No cliffhangers today.
No cliffhangers. Wow. We'll deal with the other investigation bits next time, because hoo boy, it's gonna be fun. We'll see y'all later, folks.
Oh boy.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.